Thank you to Aura for sponsoring today's video. The dark web is a part of the internet that isn't visible to search engines and requires the use of a specific browser to gain access to it. It has been known to be the place where people can buy illegal things like weapons, drugs, stolen information, even other humans. Today, let's take a look at some of the scariest things found on the dark web. Starting off this countdown, we have the public game. Would you play a real-life game found on the dark web? Because this user did. One of the most popular games on the dark web is a scavenger hunt. Basically, there's a spot on the dark web that allows you to access clues, which if you decipher and follow, it will bring you to another location with more clues, so on and so on. You just keep deciphering and following the clues until you get to the end location, and you get your reward. Well, one user decided to do this. His directions were to head to a precise location in New York City and answer the public payphone at exactly 3 a.m. sharp. In the end, he never followed up with what happened. But since he found it on the dark web, I doubt it ended in a good way. In our 9th spot today, we have We See You. So here's one solid scary story that will scare you and make sure that you never ever go on the dark web, in case you were curious. So one Redditor decided to go on the dark web. They were browsing around and obviously looking at things that they shouldn't be looking at. And at one point, they found a random page which seemed to be filled with random thoughts from other people. They kept digging through and found that these private thoughts were actually private records from a psychologist and their patients. There were images, convos, and a list of IP addresses. All the patients were either in the military or medical field, which is weird, right? Well, wait for it. It gets worse. As they were browsing the records, they noticed a new record was added to the list. They clicked on it, and the record was about them. When they opened it in plain text, they saw the message, "We see you," and then their name. 15 seconds later, the server randomly dropped. So clearly they shouldn't have been poking around there, and they got caught doing so by these criminals who now know who they are. And at number 8, we have the breakdown. So here are some scary facts about the dark web and its contents. It's said that 90% of posts on popular dark web forums are from buyers looking to contract someone to commit cybercrime for them. So it's like a hitman, but instead of killing people, they're just doing online cybercrime. This could be anywhere from hacking people, hacking their banks, committing online fraud, you name it. And 70% of dark web forums contain hiring posts where people basically are looking for cyber criminals to do the hacking for them, which it's crazy and it definitely scares me. But not anymore, thanks to Aura, who is actually the sponsor of today's video. And it's the perfect sponsor because Aura helps to protect people online and helps from online threats and data leaks. Aura cares for your online safety and helps protect your online data and personal information. Like, did you know that data brokers make a living selling your information to robocallers, spammers, and others who want to learn more about you, like where you live? I personally use Aura to protect myself against credit fraud and identity theft. Because it's scary, people on the dark web can literally obtain your identities or sell them. But I don't need to worry about that, and neither do you because of Aura. They'll literally show you if your information has been leaked on the dark web and will help you resolve it. And what I love is how easy it is to set up. You don't have to download several different apps to get things like parental controls, antivirus, VPN, password management, identity theft insurance, and more. You get everything at one affordable price. Aura offers continuous monitoring of your data and will notify you quickly if it detects your personal information has been compromised and will help you resolve any potential fraud threats. Plus, their apps can encrypt your Wi-Fi connection and protect your phone and computer from malware. So if you're interested, go to aura.com/Lindsayivan to get a free 14-day trial to see if your information has been leaked online. Thank you again to Aura for sponsoring today's video and for keeping me and my subscribers safe. Now we can continue on with the video. Coming in at number 7, we have the nuclear weapon. In this day and age, nuclear warfare is something people are concerned about, but we all know how devastating and deadly it would end up. Well, apparently you can purchase uranium from the dark web, which then can be used to create a nuclear weapon. I mean, to be fair, you would need to buy a lot of uranium vibranium to make something like super impressive, but it's still scary to think how easily accessible this is for someone to just go on and buy. It's crazy. And at number 6, we have the Hitman. It's been a long, well-known fact that you can, unfortunately, buy a Hitman on the dark web. If you don't know what a Hitman is, you're probably too young to be watching my videos, but anyways, it's basically a person that you can pay to go and kill someone for you. That way, it's harder to link the kill back to you, unless the person gets caught and then you're both going down. Now you may be thinking like, wow, I bet they're super expensive. Well, surprisingly, some of them are fairly cheap, which again is very concerning. But also, it's probably like the better the Hitman, the more they charge, so I don't know why I'm saying this. Anyway, we're moving on. We are now at our 5th and halfway mark with the mystery phone calls. Some people report that after they went on the dark web, they received mysterious phone calls. When they answered, the person on the phone didn't say anything. They just hung up after a few seconds. But it shows that while you're lurking around the dark web, somebody is out there lurking you. They're probably seeing who you are and learning everything about you. Like, they got your phone number. And who knows what else they got. Other people said that their IP addresses got leaked and the person from the dark web found out where they lived, which is very creepy. You don't want criminals knowing where you live. At least I don't. In our 3rd spot today, we have the Red Room. So Red Rooms are the name of live streams where you basically see people being tortured and murdered in real time. So this is a really famous story. Story goes that a couple of years ago, a 19-year-old kid got kidnapped by a homeless-looking dude, and he was put in the trunk of a car. But he still had his phone on him, so he managed to call the police and told him what happened. A few minutes later, the police pulled over the kidnapper. But instead of saving the kid, he paid off the homeless guy, let him go, and took the kid and sold him to some Russian dude for the Red Rooms. It's super messed up, I know, but just wait, it gets worse. So miraculously, the cop shows up right before the kid's about to die and saves him, so he's a hero. But the kid still got tortured and got his legs and knees all bashed up and destroyed by a cheese grater and a drill in an act of torture. Now, like I said, this is like a famous story that scares people to this day, but there's no validity to the story. We don't know if it's just a hoax to scare people, if it's an urban legend, or what. In our 2nd spot today, we have the chat rooms. Now, there are a couple of chat rooms on the dark web, and here is basically how the combos can go. This was taken from someone that witnessed this conversation in real time. So person A said, hey guys, guess what? I just murdered someone. Person B says, really? Got pics or videos? Person A, yes I do. And then they attached the images to the chat. Person B said, damn, that turns me on. Got any others? Person A, I've got lots, but you'll have to pay. Here's another sample. And it was an image of his children in cages. Person B then said, I will pay, you're the best. So basically, they brag about the crimes that they committed in these chat forums, and then they will pay for gruesome content and they'll get off to it. That's just one example, but you can just imagine all the other illegal stuff that they talk about and share images of. And in our number 1 spot today, we have the Cannibal Cafe. This next poor curious soul went on the dark web and regrets it to this day. So they were browsing when they saw this one website called Cannibal Cafe. Well, the website had images and footage of people being tied up and then being eaten by other people. What's even worse is that sometimes the people being eaten, they consent to it. They want to be eaten and it like turns them on. The other people are literally victims. Alright folks, that's all for today's video. I know it was a freaky one. I did another video on the dark web. If you want to watch it, you can right here. Bam! But yeah, thank you so much to Aura for sponsoring today's video. Again, make sure you check the link in my bio and go to aura.com/Lindsayivan to get 14 days free, which is amazing. You're welcome. I hooked it up for you. That's all for today's video. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan. Stick around for some bloopers, and I'll see you when I see ya. Bye. Private records from psychologists. And at number 6, we have the Hitman. Hitman. Oh, man. Oh, I hope y'all heard that. And who else? And what? And who else? What?